Greetings, everyone. I'm going to take this off because I'm outside by myself, and this way you can hear me a little bit better. I want to welcome you to the November issue of The Dish. Lots of good stuff in this episode. So with that, sit back, relax, and enjoy. Hello, everybody. My name is Steve Hirschberger, and I am here with Rick Ledbetter on Innovation Kitchen. This is our second episode of Innovation Kitchen. Rick is a gentleman that I've gotten to know over the past couple months, and somebody that I've come to have a great deal of respect for, not necessarily because he makes some of the best breadsticks on the planet, but because he thinks about food and he thinks about the manufacture of food and as well as his team in a very different way. Rick, tell us a little bit about yourself, please.
Well, I've been in the food business for 35 years. Before that, I spent some time in agricultural chemicals and in retail grocery. Uh, been a part of Southern bakeries since Harlan bought certain assets and started business back in 2005.
You have a slightly different approach to management, Rick, than I think many do, and that I recall a conversation that we had when you were talking about a mixing operator, and that mixing operator had a task, and that task was different than his job. Do you recall that?
Yeah, what I've always tried to tie everything back to is common goals. Uh, why should our people are not just mixers or maintenance people. I mean, we're here to help feed America, and what we do is a noble profession. Over the years, what I've learned is how do we focus on common goals that will deliver value to us as employees. People can relate to that. Everything goes back to the customer. Nothing happens unless the customer buys your product. I had a shipping person one time in a business update meeting, and he stood up and he said, "Well, you said we could ask any kind of questions, so I want to ask you, where's all this money go? Because we do 30 to 40 truckloads of bread out of the back of this bakery, every day." And I said, "You know what? That's an excellent question. So let's dissect it." So I said about a third of that sales dollar goes to pay you and me, good pay and benefits. A little over a third goes to pay for the ingredients and packaging that we have, and the operation of a plant. Because the key ingredients to being successful in the food business or any business is to have the products, the plants, and the people. So when we looked at all of our business costs to fill those trucks up that were going out full out of the back of the bakery, there's only about a nickel left out of every sales dollar to go to the return on investment. That's called profit. And profit's important, because if you're not profitable, you're out of business. If you want to check that, you go to the publicly held companies. And for example, in the baking business, say you get a Flowers Foods report and you look at their sales of $4 billion and you divide the profit that they made into that, and you'll see it's about a nickel on that. So we're in a very highly competitive, low margin business. So you got to do things right. And if you don't meet the customer's expectations, they'll move on to somebody else that can. Recently, I heard that 1 in 10 people in the United States has enjoyed a Harlan bakery product. That's a lot of people.
It is.
It's a base fundamental food. Breads and desserts and snacks. It's a noble profession because it's essential to everyday life.
I've counted at least 13 times that you've used the word customer, which I love. I think that's because it's all customer centric. But in your mind, who's the customer? Is it the retailer, or ultimately is it the consumer that relies on us for their safe, nutritious meals?
Yeah, and that's a good question. And there are all types of customers, like internally in a manufacturing
Mhm.
operation, production. Um, the production function uh, is drives the organization in terms of making the products. Um, but their their customer is ultimately uh, the wholesaler or the supplier to the ultimate customer that consumes the product. So that's where innovation and excellence has to be, because our customers of that are buying our products require that we meet all of the safety standards and uh, the wholesomeness and everything of our products that the end consumer will buy a second time. I mean, you can sell anything one time, but repeat sales is the key to the future. And why should we care? Again, because if we don't sell to the customer successfully and deliver to them the quality that they have in terms of expectations, and deliver it on time, and deliver the full order and deliver it on time 98, 99% of the time, then you're not your competitor will have an advantage on you.
We used a phrase uh, in an event up in Avon the other day, Rick, that I think you'll like. There was a guy named Booker T. Washington, and he had a quote that I use, and he says, "Excellence is doing a common thing in an uncommon way." I want to thank you for your time today. I know you've got a lot on your plate, but I think it's incredibly important for all of our food professionals to understand that no matter their role, they operate in a noble profession, and they are all food professionals. So, a couple of individuals are instrumental in developing the safe architecture. Today, we're going to get a chance to talk to one of them briefly.
Hello, everyone. My name is James Brock, and I am the operations manager here at the Avon facility.
So, James, can you give us an overview of how SAFE is progressing thus far? The Project October, the pilot for SAFE.
Sure. So far, going very, very well. Well received by all of our employees. However, SAFE it's a journey, it's a process, and we're in the early stages of developing what SAFE looked like for Harlan bakeries.
James, can you tell us how we measure success within SAFE?
Sure. There's three different things that we're going after within the operations group, and that is our efficiency of the facility, our waste at the facility, and then the days without an incident.
So, and we've seen incremental but progressive improvement across those metrics. Is that true, or or are we somewhere else?
Yeah, we are. So we have divided the facility up into two parts, a Group A and a Group B. And the Group A is where we're targeting most of our work right now, and we are seeing some incremental improvements in the Group A. Group A is kind of our sandbox where we're trying everything out before we roll everything out to Group B. So SAFE is not just about safety, but it's about innovation, it's about employee engagement, it's about customer satisfaction. And the things that we're doing now, we're hoping to meet our standards and then far surpass the standards and setting a new standard, raising the bar, if you will.
Weather starts to turn, we should always be thinking about our health and well-being. Staying healthy during COVID as well as during the flu season is really, really important. So with that, we've got a few tips for you to stay safe. What are some things that employees should keep top of mind to maintain good health?
So number one is always going to be wash your hands, and then wear a face mask wherever, whenever you're out in public or around others that and cannot observe social distancing. Another very important thing is to just keep a positive attitude. So I know that's really hard right now because people have to be in quarantine or can't see their families during the holidays. So a good suggestion is to try to do FaceTime calls, Zoom calls, anything like that, or play like games on phones and just interact with people that way. That way you're not feeling secluded or feeling down on the holiday.
So somebody once told me, not too terribly long ago, that is a healthcare provider, that is it true that upbeat music also helps?
Yes. I myself have an entire playlist that is just happy music. So whenever I'm feeling down, I can listen to that and then just pick myself up.
Okay, so we've got wash your hands, wear your face mask. Is it important? Should we be washing our face masks?
Yes, wash them if they are washable. Some of them I know are just a single use. Try to use them as it's directed, one time only. But I know sometimes people can only have that. So clean it as best as you can. But for the other ones, like the cloth ones, wash them. If you work an 8-hour shift, wash it and don't use it the next. Don't keep reusing it and have to wash it.
Okay, so reach out and touch someone, friends, family via Zoom, like we're doing now, and then upbeat lists and positive attitude, right?